Hello guys, in today's video we'll be looking at chapter 3 of module 2 of application development using Python. So this chapter is all about strings. So string is usually a set of characters which is enclosed within a double quotes or single quotes. You can use either one of them. Suppose you want to enclose a string in single quotes and you want to write a sentence, for example, which has a single quotes in the sentence, then you have to use in order to indicate that in order to indicate the compiler that that is not the end of the string, instead it is a part of the string, you have to use escape characters. So escape characters are usually denoted by a backslash and the character you want to include in the string. So you have the single quotes, after slash if you write single quotes, it won't be taking as the end of the string, in whereas it will be taking as a part of the string. And you have backslash double quotes, then you have backslash t, that is for tab, and backslash n, that is for new line. Then you have backslash and backslash, that is for backslash itself. So for example, you have a spam that is initialized. This is that boys bag. Here it has been enclosed with single quotes, and suppose you don't want the compiler to take this as the end of the string, you'll be indicating with the backslash single quotes, that is the escape character used, and s, that is apostrophe s, and you'll be closing the string using the single quotes itself. But if you use double quotes, this won't be the case. You can use the single quotes inside the string, but if you're using single quotes and within the single quotes you want the string to have the single quotes within the string, then you have to use the escape character. So the output will be as you require, that is this is that boys bag, that is apostrophe s would be included. Now coming to the next topic, that is raw string. In raw string, whatever you place inside the string will be printed as it is, whether it is the escape characters or whatever is inside. It is usually initiated with a r. So here, for example, print after opening the brackets r, and you open the single quotes and you write whatever you want inside the string, and whatever you've written inside the string, the same thing will be outputted, whether there are escape characters or not. It won't be considering that. If you have a raw, that is r, that means it is a raw input. Whatever is given as an input will be printed as it is. So coming to the next topic, that is about multi-line strings. How do you represent multi-line strings? Suppose you want to print the same thing as within the having like hello, how are you in one line, then I hope you are fine in the next line, and sincerely in the next line, and me in this the other next line. So you want to be printed as the same thing, then you'll be using for this as it is a multi-line string, you'll be using triple quotes. So triple quotes, either it can be triple single quotes or double quotes can be used in order to represent the multi-line strings. Coming to comments, comments are usually represented using hash in Python, and you can also give multi-line comments using the same thing, that is through three double quotes. Now coming to the next topic, that is indexing and slicing in strings. This is how you do it in list. That is, suppose you have the word string hello world. So here it will start from 0, the indexing, and even the space character is given an index. So it will start from 0 and it will end at 10 here. So suppose you want spam of 0, that will be returning h here, because h is 0 here, so it will be returning. So through index you can access the elements of the strings. Coming to slicing of string, in slicing of string you can slice, suppose you have spam, and spam is equal to hello world, and suppose you want to slice from 0 to 5, that is 0 1 2 3 4, it is end index minus 1, how you do it in list itself. So it will be printing hello. So this is about slicing of the string. Coming to the in and not in operator, so this is same as that of in the list. So suppose you want to see if the string is present in the string hello world, that is hello in hello world, it will print as true. It will return boolean values. And suppose as Python is case sensitive, suppose you have caps hello in hello world, then it will return false. So that's about the in and not in operators. Coming to the string methods, there are various string methods. You have the upper method. The upper method usually takes a string and it will return the uh, uppercase of the string that you have requested for. Suppose you have spam equals to hello world, and will be when you apply, that is the string, that is spam dot upper, that is the method. When you do this, the output would be in caps, that is hello world in caps. And the next method we have is the lower. A lower method, suppose you consider a string spam is equal to hello world, and you want they are in caps, written in caps, and you want to make the string literals to lowercase. That time you specify the string name dot lower function, method, that when you print spam, all will be converted into smaller case. So that is about lower method. Coming to the next method, that is lower and is upper. Both of these functions will return boolean values. So suppose you give a variable with hello world, which is written in caps, and you ask spam is lower function, spam dot is lower, and you open the brackets for the method. Then it will, since it is not lower, it will return false. And same goes with, suppose you have everything written in caps and you ask spam dot is upper, since everything is written in caps, it will return true. So this is about returning boolean values through the is lower and is upper methods. So coming to the next methods, which are used to validate user input. So here you have is alpha function. This function will return true if all the literals, string literals, will have only characters. Suppose in the example, hello dot is alpha method. So since all of this is alpha characters, that is alphabets, it will return true. Next function is alpha numeric. That is it will return true if either it should be all alphabetic characters, or it should be numeric characters, or both can be allowed. So here, suppose for example, hello 123, that is a string, dot is alnum, that is the method. So since it is alphanumeric, it will return true. And even if it's just only alphabets, that is hello dot is alphanumeric, it will return true. So that is about is alphanumeric method. Next you have is decimal method. In is decimal method, it will return true if all of the literals in the string are numeric characters. So here it is 123 dot decimal, that is since all of this is numeric characters, it will return true. So the next method we have is space method. In this method, it will return true if we have the string literal, either it should be a new line character, or it should be a tab, or it should be a number of spaces. It shouldn't be blank, since Python also takes the space to be a character. So it can be space, or it can be a new line character, it could be a tab, which if associated with is space method, it will return true. Next we have is title. In this method, each of the word in the sentence should begin with a capital letter, and the other should be in small letters. So if that is the case, suppose in the example, this is the title, since all of these words begin with the starting letters begin with capital letter, it will return true. So that is about the methods to validate user inputs. Next we have the starts with and ends with methods. That is these methods are used to know whether the string has started with this, suppose a letter, or and respectively goes with ends with. So for example, hello world, you have the string dot starts with hello. Since it starts with hello, it return true. Suppose you have hello world dot ends with world. Since it's end with world, it return true. So it's about starts with and ends with methods. Next you have the join and split methods in the string. So join method, so you have a delimiter that is used, and you have a list that has to be joined. So suppose you specify the list within the join method, that is cats, rats and bats, and you'll specify the delimiter before the method. So delimiter, which is specified in quotes, dot join, and within the bracket will be specifying the list of elements that should be joined. So when the output returns, it will be like cats, comma, since the delimiter is comma here, it will return cats, comma, rats, comma, bats. suppose you want suppose you want the delimiter to be ABC, so it will join all of this elements in the list with ABC in the middle. Since we have here we have done with comma, here it will be joined with ABC since the delimiter is ABC. Come to the split function. In split function, what happens is, suppose you have the list so you have a sentence that is the string, that is my name is Simon dot split. It will split each of the words into elements of the list. So it is used for split function. So this is the split method. So the split method can also be associated with a delimiter. Suppose you have this string like my ABC name, ABC is Simon, then you can use the dot split and you can specify the delimiter to be ABC. It will see the delimiter wherever there is ABC, it will put a comma and it will segregate that into words that will be stored in a list. So that is about the split method. Coming to next, that is justifying text with rjust, ljust and center. So suppose you have a string hello dot rjust. So what happens here is, this will send the length of the justified string. So here the length of the justified string is 10. So since it is rjust, whatever string you have passed will be written towards the right side. That is, since hello is 5 characters, it will be here. So after that, since it is the length of the justified string is 10, so before hello there will be 5 empty spaces. So that is about rjust. Come to the left just and same thing for hello. What happens is, so this is rjust itself. Suppose you have 20 specified for the justified string length, then there you'll have 5 characters will be taken by hello and the remaining 15 will be spaces. Suppose you have the same thing for hello. For the same thing you have ljust with 10, so it will be justified towards the left, that is 5 characters, and since the justified string length is 10 and it will have 5 more spaces, empty spaces. Coming to rjust again, you can also have a delimiter for rjust, that is the empty spaces. Suppose you have hello dot rjust 20 comma star. So here 20 is the justified string length. So since it is rjust is hello is 5 characters, so hello will be specified first. Then you have the since 20, so minus 5 for this hello, that is 15. So 15, instead of being filled with empty spaces, it will be filled with delimiter star. So the same thing happens with ljust. In ljust you have justified string length as 10 and ljust will be justified towards left. So hello minus, that is since it is 5 characters, so 10 minus 5 is 5, so you have 5 empty spaces which will be filled with star. So coming to the center, so hello dot center 20, what happens is you have the hello and you have since this is 5 characters, you have 15, so 20 minus 5 is 15, so it will be divided as per it will be like the right side will be splitted as 7 and the left side will be splitted as 8. And the same thing goes, suppose you have a delimiter and you say 20, so here you will have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Since hello is 5 characters and this will be 7 and this will be 8, so total it will be 15. That is about the justifying text. Now coming to removing white spaces with strip, r strip and l strip. So suppose you have spam equals to, you have some spaces, then hello world. So spam dot you have strip function, so it will strip the empty spaces before the string or after the string has ended. After the string, if there are some empty spaces, it will strip. It will not strip if there are empty spaces between the string words. So that will be written this. So suppose you have spam equals to, you have some spaces here and you have hello world. So spam dot l strip, so it will strip the left hand side, so spaces, so that will written hello world. Suppose you have spam equals to, you have some spaces hello world. So spam dot r strip, it will strip the, and you have spaces here also. So r strip will strip only the spaces towards the right side and it will retain the spaces towards the left side. So the output would be something like this. So that is about the chapter 3 of Python. Thank you guys.